and now it made it evenly spaced. Again, that's Control Shift, and then you slide it. I'll do it again one more time. Double click it, press R, Control and Shift. While using the scale tool, yank on the upper cube and to make it pancake flat. I'm just turning it around to see if there's, yeah, right there, see? I have to turn it around just to make it flat. Press W, spacebar, and now I'm gonna go again, Control and Shift. This is now using the Move tool, Control Shift, and slide it up. What this Control Shift sliding up, this hotkey is, it will move the edges sliding at that angle trajectory, going like that. So right now I'm just manually going in there and kind of like cleaning things up. Right, I double clicked it. I don't like this wobbliness. I'm gonna press R for the scale, Control Shift, and just pancake it flat. Nice and even. Spacebar just to look it all around. Go back to view my front. Zoom in, double click that. I'm still with R as in the scale, Control Shift, and I'm gonna just pancake it flat. There. Press 3. Alright. I'm gonna leave this one down here alone for now. For now at least. Alright, double click that. This looks like it could be more flat lined. Control Shift. There. I don't know why it delayed that. Okay. And then Control Shift. I'm in edge mode. This entire edge ring is selected. I'll slide it up a bit. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the spacing. Super important, the spacing. If you ask any professional, whether it be 3D artists or in general, 3D art, the proportional size and the spacing, it helps a lot to keep the mesh behaving normally, like when you press 3. It prevents skewing and other weird artifacts. Alright, so anyway, other things to do some cleanup work with the lines. In the world of 3D, having these little sections where it kinda gets out of whack, it's not what's preferred for like multiple different reasons, especially for a portfolio later on. So I'm looking from the top down. I'm gonna make it symmetry object X. I'm gonna grab this and then also select that. I'm gonna go, now I'm gonna change it from object X, I'm gonna change it to object Z. That way it grabbed both ends. That is another one I want to share with the students to work with those together. And I'm not using the duplicate special yet because there's little quirks in there that will trip up first time learners. That's the reason why. But yeah, so I have that selected. I want to be able to just align this nicer instead of looking like it's wobbly. So I can either, no, not that. If I press R for scale, right, scale tool, and I have the same opposite sides of the vertices, Control Shift right click, Control Shift right click, and I'm gonna just yank on that. See, this guy right there. Again, this guy right there, top down, Control Shift, and pull. There, that way it's clean, clean, clean. And the mesh will just behave more predictably. See, I grabbed that. Right. Again, I grabbed this, it selected this side, I grabbed that, it selected that side. Object Z is front to back. Press R again what I'm doing is just clean up work, Control Shift, and this time, since this is going like this, I'm gonna pull on the blue scale. Okay, it's not working. And Control Shift, maybe the red one. No. And maybe I'll use the Move tool. Control Shift. Yeah, Move tool. This time around the Move tool works because it's going this way. A lot of times you just gotta experiment with it, you know. Basically it's either the freaking scale tool or the Move tool. If the scale tool ain't working, then it's the Move tool. If the Move tool ain't moving it the way it should, then it's the scale tool. That's the easiest way I can explain it. Anyway, so here, nice. The shape is becoming more and more predictable proportions, which is everything in 3D modeling. Alright, so right click, hold object mode to flush out of that component, and then this I want to show this too, this weird crap that it does. So when the mesh is extruded out with new faces, 9 out of 10 times it'll do this, which is annoying to look at, and it kind of messes with your eyes. So I have it selected. I'm gonna go change this back to modeling, mesh display. There is a hardened edge, softened edge. I'm gonna let me see here, put hardened edge. That's Control Shift left click. Soften edge, Control Shift left click, and boom. So done with multiple lines, that's to make it all faceted, hardened edges, hardened faces. This here is to make it soft. So if I click that, soften edges, see? It still looks, it looks arguably more nasty, like that. What this is a shading algorithm. Depending on the angle of each perpendicular faces, it'll simulate shading, tone, and color. Anyway, so what I want is go into the channel box. I have it in object mode in green, and you can see here, this is the soft edge, the history for it, construction. It's set to 180. I'm gonna set to 30 degrees. Boom, see, it just changed right now, see? 30 degrees. If I change it to 20, boom, now it's getting more and more faceted. I select it. If I go right click face, hold it, and choose face, you can select all of it. If I go in here, this should work, maybe not. Change to 30, yeah, it did work. So again, I right click, made a face mode, select it, polish soft edge, maybe I set to 40, right click, whip it to object mode, there, Alt 5, wireframe and shaded. Anyway, back in here, press 3, alright, and right click face mode. I'm gonna go out here, marquee, drag and select, and what that did was, it's a quick way of grabbing the top faces, but I want to deselect these faces. So in here, hold on the control key, the cursor turns into a minus sign, drag out like that, deselect. Kind of similar to Photoshop. Now I have all of that. So that's a quick way to quickly select faces that are harder to get instead of going in here and click. Here, with those top faces selected, I'm gonna go shift right click, hold it, extrude face. We have this pop up. I'm gonna turn the symmetry off. regular tools. I don't need this. Just press W for the move tool because the extrude face is still active, and yank it. Maybe I'll do something like that. Yeah. Obviously this looks weird. I'm gonna go right click on it, hold it, edge, and usually I like to just hover over the mesh and do that. Double click that, press R. Again, you have to double click it. Press R, and then from the center, this is the front, I'm gonna pull, so I'm deciding to taper and shape it. Double click that. I'm in scale tool, center, cube, pull. Let's make it more plump. Boom. Hence, here we go. This is, now we're starting to shape it. Double click that. I don't like how it's tapering in that much, right? And you see the face here is longer. Control Shift, hold it. I'm in W for move tool. I double click this edge. Control Shift, I slide it down a bit. See what's happening? And then maybe I'll grab, double click that. Maybe I'll kind of slide it down a bit. You know, double click that. Press R. I don't have symmetry on. Press R and then make them more plump. Double click that. R for scale, center, cube, make it more plump. Double click that. Center, cube, plump. Double click that. Ooh, maybe I should mess with that. This here, why is this kind of wobbly here? Press R, Control Shift, and pancake it flat. Flat. This one, is this flat? Double click it. Control Shift. Yeah, I need to flatten it. Every time I slide something, press R for the scale tool, and then I need to Control Shift and pancake it flat. Every time I slide, it's gonna make it slightly wobbly. Alright, so all of that. Okay. And right click face mode. There are times when I like to I have object X selected, press Q to hide those, that move gizmo, and pressing 3 for the smooth mesh preview, it does this weird thing. So what I like to do is press delete it, backspace, and now if I press 3, see the mesh smushes more predictably because of the cutout. It doesn't cave in like before. This just helps to kind of see it better. Hide the grid. I don't like how it looks so square. So I'm just looking for things to make it less boxy. Right here, here. See, it's bulking out. Alright, so I paused the video for a short bit. I want to save it. Control Shift S. I'll name it 05. Alright, so this is another neat little trick. So as I discussed, it looks blocky, right? So I double click it, the ones that are giving me issues. This one too, holding Shift, I'm in edge mode, holding Shift, double click it. So I have two of those troublesome ones selected, right? And even this one is going to be partially, well, I guess it's okay. The third one, the third row, and I'm gonna just select it anyway. So I got 1, 2, 3 rows. So this is a real useful one. Shift, right click and hold after I got these 3 concentric rings. Right, shift right click and hold. I'm in edge mode, and then holding the shift, holding right click. This one, circularize components. Boom. And that magically, click outside, right click, hold it, object mode it, get out of it. It magically made it perfectly circular. I use this tool all the time. Right? Double click it. Again, that is Control Shift or Shift right click, Shift right click, and you circularize. Oftentimes, if you grab like at least a pair, it just strengthens it even more. So the whole point was to see already just visually, you know, it looks very controlled, and the spacing. This is the kind of stuff that you look for like portfolios, whether it be in school or job interviews, portfolio reviews. At the very least, they look for this. Alright, so press 3, double click that. I like to press 3, and see the pivot point is here. Turn off, and the pivot point is still over here, so you can just press W, it centers it. Press R, it just resets it. Okay, so I gotta fix this too. Control Shift, flatten it, pancake it. With the R for scale tool, Control Shift. Alright, still circular. Hide the grid, get out of my way. Click outside. Good. Press 3. Alright, still good. Excellent. Alright, so in here, Control Shift and press 3, double click that, press R, no symmetry. I'm gonna just jack this. Ooh, double click that, double click that. Press 3, make that bigger. And this is starting to make problems. Gotta be careful. Double click that. Okay. Make that a little bit chunkier.